Hey guys, so it's Wednesday. I'm currently live streaming. I was hole punching some buttons. I was trying to sharpen my cutter with tinfoil and it was just a mess. And now my cutter's like half broken because it keeps sticking. I'm sure eventually it'll stop sticking, but like the tinfoil fibers have mucked with it. Anyway, I don't even think it's any sharper. My vinyl came. I'm trying to print with it right now. I need to find the right printer setting to use that will look good. And then I have to pray that the Cricut will be able to work with this paper because it's glossy. And sometimes glossy stuff doesn't work with the Cricut because it's reflective, and so when the Cricut's trying to scan the registration marks, it's just reflecting back at it and it can mess with things. So I'm praying it'll work without me having to do any kind of workaround. Okay, it's looking a little dark in this corner, but it's also just a dark corner. Oh, it's looking so crisp though. It's possible I could try standard quality. Sometimes when I print high quality, the colors are too dark and mucky. I could try standard and see if it looks better. I might as well and do a comparison. I have 500 sheets. This box is so heavy. It's just solid vinyl paper all the way to the bottom. Okay, let me hold this in the light. Cyrus's blue looks a little, yeah, this is just like slightly too dark. A lot of the blues are a little dull. We can still use this as the test paper, but I'm gonna try printing again standard quality instead of high quality and see what that looks like. So apparently if I'm selecting glossy here, I have no choice but to do high quality. I could try doing it as a photo print instead of a standard print. Maybe I don't want to pick glossy, like I don't know. Again, I can only do high, but it's on the photo setting. Let's try this. See if it's any different. Oh, the paper size has changed. There we go. Oh, not borderless. Uncheck that too. You don't want to do anything that'll make it scale the artwork. Like you don't want to do the scale to fit option or anything like that. Ooh, listen to that squeaky vinyl. I'm gonna get this on the cutting mat so we can use this as our test cut to test cut depth. Because last time when I set it to vinyl, it was perfect for kiss cutting, but that vinyl was thinner than this kind. I'm still gonna just set it to vinyl and see. I might even want to go up a notch because you can do in-betweens too. And you can also just do custom settings on the computer. That's actually what I did when I was using that paper, sticker paper in the video. This one looks the exact same. So it's nice and crisp, like it's beautiful. It's just a little dark and the blues are mucky. So I'm going to try another setting. And yes, it's the computer settings. Like I can tweak the file to be a bit lighter, but usually when I'm having this issue, it's because of the specific print setting I'm using. That's why I normally just do like a standard print instead of high quality, because high quality sometimes looks gross. I only use high quality if I'm printing on my photo paper, and this is technically not photo paper, so maybe I should try one that doesn't force me to do high quality. Okay, this is looking a lot better. Much brighter. Oh baby. Oh, we did get a little bit of banding on this half, but not this half, like right in there. I'll maybe just double check my ink levels because I haven't filled them in a while. I mean, I did recently, but then I was doing all that printing for the Cricut video, so I need to double check it. Okay, I put one of the dark sheets in as a test sheet. Let's see if it'll read the registration marks. Please, God. Ooh, I should have checked. I need to see if fast cut was an option. I didn't even look. It's going, it's going. Yes, baby. It read the registration marks. Hallelujah. Now will it cut straight? So far it looks good. I don't know if the depth is good. We'll find out. So the cutting depth was perfect when I set it to vinyl. I now set it to cardstock and I'm cutting out just the outer edge. It requires a bit of an extra step in the software, but this way it fully cuts out the sheet instead of me trying to use my cutter and lining it up. Let's go. It's on fast mode this time. I didn't check last time if fast mode was available. Oh, that did not cut the same spot. At least in that corner. So now I can fully peel this off. Oh, I have to do it this way. You're supposed to technically peel the mat away from the item. It's hard because it's like 3 pieces. Maybe I should have peeled the backing off first and then did this. Like peeled the outer border. There's just the teeniest edge here where it kiss cut and then when I did the final cut, it didn't quite line up. But isn't that cute? Oh my gosh. There's sticker sheets. These aren't usable ones. Maybe I'll just stick this to some of my own stuff. But yeah, it's perfect alignment on the first sheet, but the bottom sheet, it gets a little bit off. Let me show you guys this Bob sticker. Like, it's still good. He's not perfectly centered, but he's not cut off. But in the top sheet is like perfect. Oh my god, this is exciting. They're like vinyl stickers. I want to try the Ditto Nut ones too. Let's make a few Animal Crossing ones though. I think the Ditto Nut ones will be a little more forgiving because it's not a whole bunch of smaller stickers, and I think it'll have I think the white border is obviously bigger. I'm gonna try cutting the nice one now. This is a nice sheet that printed all bright and pretty. We going fast mode on the stickers this time. I like how it always has that little preparation dip. It's just like cute. I just imagine the machine thinking, even though it's a machine. Oh, so speedy. Hi, Kiki. Are you fascinated? So when I ran it through a second time to die cut the edges, it printed perfectly at the bottom, but cut off a huge chunk of the top. It's like it just squished it. What? Like, how did it properly cut the top when it kiss cut, and then when it die cut, it just chopped the top off. Another thing here is that when it die cuts, it doesn't perfectly line up with where it kiss cut. There is a little strip where you could see a cut down there. I don't think that's focusing enough to show on camera. There we go. So I think maybe I should just, to simplify things, just use my guillotine cutter to cut them. I'm just scared I'm gonna end up cutting them crooked or something. Yeah, if I do that though, I'm gonna unround the corners. I'm gonna have to remake the file. Ugh, my beautiful one was destroyed. This one went fine. This one was like, okay, cool, now let's do it on the nice one. Chop, chop, chop. Oh. So ultimately, I did decide to just cut the edges myself. It's less steps with the program, less room for error, and so this will be the first one we do. It'll still kiss cut everything, but I modified the file so it kiss cuts further outside than where I want my actual cut to be, and then I can use my cutter to, my guillotine cutter to cut within those lines. So let's give it a try. People suggested I turn off my ring light, so I just did that. Well, it just did the same thing where it cut the top off. Look, it cut right across their heads. That's what it did the last time, but I can't figure out why, because the first time it cut it perfectly. Oh, I should practice this on my cheap paper for a bit before we ruin more vinyl. Okay, a solution was found. It's weird that it just randomly started cutting the one side off like that, and we realized after a while that it is because this was not looking for the sensor in the right spot, or the alignment marks, the registration marks, that's what they're called. It was looking for the registration marks over here instead of on the line, and so man, I don't even want to go through everything we tried, but it was something to do with it reading the alignment marks wrong. So ultimately what I did on the run that worked, it's hard to show you because I cut the paper. Normally when you're in the design space, no matter where you position your art, when you go to print it, it sucks it to the top left corner. But when you're in the print screen, you can drag it over. And so that's what we did, and that seemed to help. I also turned off the bleed. I don't know if that helped or not. It's just, I don't need it anymore, so I turned it off. And yeah, it seemed to consistently cut multiple times in a row. It worked lights off and with lights on, because you know, lights can affect glossy paper, so we were trying with lights off for a while too, but it works with the lights on too, and I tried the fast cut mode and it still worked. It was being perfect. I just realized though that once I put it in a sleeve, I was like, this seems really small, because I made my file bigger for the background to account for cutting it with the cutter, because see how I'm going to lose some when I cut it. To account for that, I made the background bigger, but then I scaled it down to still be 6 inches when it printed, and so it ended up being smaller than the original ones. That's the size difference there. Not a huge difference, but I do want the sheet to be a little bit bigger, so I just have to fix my scaling, and then I'm pretty much good. I might also look into my print settings, because there is a little bit of banding when I print at standard quality. It's annoying because when I print high quality, it prints dark like this, but when I print it standard quality, it has banding. So I might mess with it a little bit, I suppose. Either way, I think it's figured out. My stream went a little over time when I was trying to fix it because I'm the kind of person, when I have a problem, I need to solve it. Like, it's one of those things where I'm like, I cannot rest until I get this figured out. Hopefully it continues working going forward. I am gonna do just like a little bit more. I want to resize my files to be the size I want, and I want to play around with the print settings, but after that I need to draw. I've already wasted enough time on this, but I'm just so close to the finish line, I just can't stop till I get a perfect sheet. For the print test though, I'm just gonna use regular paper, and I'm not even gonna use the Cricut software. I'm just going to do some print tests in general. Like normally for my buttons, there's no banding and it's fine. I'm just gonna use regular printer paper for the test to check for banding because I don't think it's specific to the type of paper. I mean, it might be because my buttons don't print with banding. Oh no, but I print my buttons on high quality now on this paper because they look best on high quality. But with my old printer paper, they looked best on standard quality. It's so weird. It's like totally up to the paper too, so maybe it's not the best to test on this. I'll just do a couple, we'll see. Yeah, this doesn't work as well as a test. It's good for telling the brightness of the print, even though it goes even brighter when it's on vinyl. But it's not good for looking at the banding because I don't see any banding on this paper. But when I do the exact same settings on the vinyl, I do see the banding. So I feel like I have to go high quality for the print, not standard, because that's what I did for this one and there's no banding. But trying to find a workaround where the color isn't just gross like this. Ooh. This one's looking bright. This is just regular paper. I just wanted to look at brightness, but it's a high quality print, not standard. Ooh, I might have found my happy middle ground. So instead of doing standard or photo, I went down to business and did plain paper and set it to high quality. We'll check it out. What will we get? Technology is a mystery. Oh, you got your toy in the box. Oh, how fun. You're so cute. I haven't resized my files yet. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. This will just be another slightly smaller sticker sheet, I guess. God. It's looking good. It's bright. I'm not seeing any banding. Ooh, I think I found my sweet spot. Yeah, it is a little more green compared to that one, but honestly, this is more accurate. So that's perfect. There's no banding. I haven't tweaked my file yet, which was stupid of me. I want to remove that border that I created, that little tiny white line, and I want to make sure it's resized properly for printing. I can still cut this one. It'll just be slightly smaller than the other sets. It's interesting how printing it more to the side works, but when I just tried sticking the paper a little over on the mat, it did not work. It just print extra crooked. What a speedy boy. Wow, even though it's slightly too small, this is my best sheet yet. Bright color, no banding, and normally it starts cutting up here and then cuts down here, and by the time it gets to the bottom of the sheet, these cuts are slightly off. It is not off at all. It's perfect. Well, hey. So today I'm making spaghetti squash spaghetti. I used to make this a while back. It's been a while since I've done it. Usually I do it in the slow cooker, but that's if I get it started in the morning, and I didn't have time this morning, so I'm just gonna do it in the oven. Whew. Cutting it lengthwise is a struggle. I don't know what is up with this mat for my pan. Maybe there were multiple sizes available and I didn't notice, but this is huge. Maybe my pan's just small, I don't know. Looks big to me. Anyway, I'm gonna take this, which I've buttered and salted, and put it face down. I've actually never done it this method in the oven before, but we're gonna give it a go. Face down so that excess juices run out so it's not too watery. Oven is at 400 and I have to wait 40 to 60 minutes. Oh man. Is that cooked enough? Probably. I just did the 40 minutes. I can't wait a whole hour. I maybe could have put a bit more sauce on the meat. There was just a little bit of marinara sauce because I don't want too many carbs. And then some beef broth. So it looks kind of plain, but I think it's gonna be delicious. I think originally I would put a little bit of tomato paste in this. That's what I forgot. Still tastes pretty good though. The noodles definitely aren't as cooked as they get. Well, not the noodles. I mean, I call them noodles. The spaghetti squash isn't as cooked as when I slow cook it. So I probably could have left it in a little bit longer, but I also don't mind it the way it is. Overall though, still delicious. Next is the artsy buns. This one was surprisingly popular at the last con, but I have no idea what to expect for Fan Expo. I've never done, like I said in the stream, I've never done a Fan Expo before. 1, 2, 3,